Hello and welcome to the latest edition of Hot Rod Action News. I've not done a video log for a little while, so I thought I'd do one now and explain what I've been up to and what I'm going to be up to. So, firstly, you may wonder why I tend to do most of my video logs in my dressing gown. That's because I'm chilled out, I relax, I kick back, I let my hair down. There we go. So, this month there's been several meetings on, and unfortunately most of our attempts to get to them have been thwarted by the weather. We had quite a lot of snow last weekend. Didn't make it to the Ace Cafe meet. We didn't make it to the meet at the filling station in Malvern due to the fact that it was called off because of the snow. But we did make it to the butty run that was postponed 1 week, and that video is already online. So so hopefully we'll get to something over the next month, although there's more snow forecast for Easter week, so after the 1st of April, so we don't know what's going to go on there, to be honest. This week has seen the sad departure of my beloved Vauxhall Vectra. Well, not so much beloved, but a car disguised as a Saturn Aura, and it turned a few heads with its bright orange wheels and black paintwork, but alas, so many things went wrong with it. It was getting too expensive to keep on the road, so I put the original wheels back on it and got shot of it last weekend, and the video of that is also online in the Farewell Old Friend. The car served me well over 2.5 years. Did best part of 120,000 miles in it, and it only cost me £350, so didn't do too badly. Coming up, there will be later in the month. I don't think I'll make the Ace Cafe this month due to the fact I'm going to be in Amsterdam on a stag do for my son's wedding, and that'll be quite an interesting one. There's it looks like it might be snowing there as well, so snow, canals and drunk people really probably doesn't mix too well, so I may well get wet, or if it's frozen, fall in the canal and bash my head on the ice. So we'll have to see what happens. But the following week is the butty run. Fingers crossed the snow will have cleared and we'll get up to that one, especially as the weather supposedly warming up, but I don't think it is right now. Then 2 weeks after that will be excuse me, 2 weeks after that will be the filling station, and hopefully again, if it does not keep snowing and keep throwing weather at us, then we'll get to that one. I have plans for the Jaguar later in the year as well. The tinworm has started to appear in a few places on it. Being as the car's silver, it makes it difficult to spray and do patch repairs, so I'm going to get the patches repaired and have the bottom half of the car sprayed a different colour, and do a little work on it to make it a little bit more fun. It'll still remain ultimately a Jaguar, comfy inside, and but outside it will take on a slightly new appearance. Progress with the Audi has once again stopped, and that this time is due to legislation changes. Some of you may or may not have read that the government are bringing in a new legislation, or maybe, hopefully not, that if a car, be it kit car, hot rod or whatever, is built with a engine that wasn't destined for it, under the old rules you would have to go for the emissions laws that were governed by the year the engine was made. Under the new ones you have to go for the latest emission specs, which will make it virtually impossible for most home-built cars to pass the test. The simple reason being, even the manufacturers like Ford and VW had to cheat to get our cars through the emissions. So fingers crossed, it's not going to. Fingers crossed, the government will think twice about it, especially as it's going to affect an awful lot of people in this country, and also people beyond this country as well who send stuff here. And hopefully they'll change their minds. So we can only wait and see on that one. This week has also seen the arrival of one or two more Hot Wheels cars from my collection, and my collection has grown somewhat over the last few months, as some of you may have seen in some of the videos. The videos that I've put online in my Hot Wheels car show only really cover about, probably at the moment, about 10% of my collection, so there will be some more stuff coming up. And on the front of that, this week I've had two little special cars arrive. We've had a Diora with a production date of 1967, which means it is one of the Sweet 16 early cars that were produced in 1968 for Hot Wheels. It's in quite a bashed about, play-worn state, but the plan is to restore it fully. There's a place called the Red Line Shop online out in the States where I can get new wheels and the reproduction paints to spray it, and in this case the glass is in pretty good condition, so hopefully I won't have to do much with that other than polish it. So that's the plan for that one. And also arrived this week was another of the Hot Wheels. This one's a 1971 in the Spectraflame paint, and this one is actually called I can't remember what it's called. Let me look on the back with my poorly eyesight, and it's called Peeping Bomb. There we go. That wasn't because of my eyes, I just suddenly remembered what it was. Again, this one's in a play-worn condition. There's a few scratches and knocks, and the windshield is slightly dislodged. But again, this should polish up, and this will be another one that will be getting some wheels. Obviously the back wheels look like they're off of a model train when put on there, but I will again restore this one to its former glory and let it take its place alongside the rest of my collection. On to other things. You may have heard in the news recently that racing at North Weald has now been canned forever. It's been going on there for a long time, I believe since the late 70s or early 80s, but unfortunately the NIMBYs have struck again, and a housing estate was built close to the airfield, and those people moved in there knowing there was an airfield and racing close at hand. What do? They've complained, and they've got the racing shut down. So there's another nail in the coffin for drag racing in this country. I don't know what the world's coming to. It's getting quite annoying. You don't move next to somewhere and then complain about it, knowing that it's, knowing something already goes on there. I say you don't, people do, and they should be poked in the eye with a very sharp pencil. So that pretty much is it for this month. I'm not sure what else I'm going to be up to other than going to Amsterdam. April will be quite a quiet month other than the Butty Run and the filling station. I'm not sure if I'll be able to get any more in. And then in May, my son actually gets married, so we're holding on to a bit of cash so that we can attend and have fun for that one as well. And then from June onwards, it should be back to normal, attending racing events over there at Santa Pod, being as Shaky is no longer operative. Although I've heard that there may be something going to take place at Shakespeare County Raceway, but nobody anywhere is confirming anything. So believe into that what you will. Just be nice if we did have a swan song. And also on May Day, I don't know if we're going to get there, is the first of the No Prep 8th mile races at Rockingham Motor Speedway over there in Northamptonshire. So there's some stuff coming up, and hopefully there will be a little bit more racing at Rockingham. Just sadly, it's only a few miles from Santa Pod, so no closer to us or easier to get to than Santa Pod is. But mustn't grumble, it's another drag racing venue. So for this month, that is all. All the best, and this is Hot Rod Action signing off, and see you later. Bye bye.